Welcome,
Yeah, he's good.
Jesse Matsuoka. Did I pronounce that right?
Matsuoka.
Okay, good.
Matsuoka.
So let's see.
All right, hold on.
Connect it. Do your
There's always
job.
chaos happening around here.
See you. Good luck with everything. Hi, Jesse. Welcome. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy schedule to come have a chat with us.
No.
Oh, come on. You have a lot of new projects going on.
Yes.
But before you get going, I want to just let you know that every Tuesday I'm dining alone at 8 o'clock in Sen.
Okay.
And last night I had the best salmon that I've had.
Oh my God, thank you.
So it was really
Thank you.
good. It was great, and I'm in and out of there about 25 minutes. It's perfect.
That's
After I
what
train
I
on
love.
Tuesday, I run in, I get a miso soup and a salmon. I sit at the bar, and
Great.
it's really amazing. Last night was
Protein boost, yeah. Good to go.
particularly just really great, and
thank you.
just thank you for that.
Thank you. I'm really proud of my team, and I keep on pushing them to strive for excellence, and to be able to expand on that in different avenues and different restaurant styles is our passion. I've been in this since I can remember.
Right. You
Yeah.
started at
I started out here at 12 when Sen was already 4 years in.
Okay.
At that point, this year we're celebrating our 30th anniversary.
wow.
Yeah, 30 years, 1994.
You're celebrating 30 years.
Yes.
I mean, this must be one of the, if not the longest running.
Right.
Smaller places, yeah, I mean,
Restaurants in-
besides the hotel.
Right.
And,
There's so much turnover out here in
there
this
is.
business, and you've managed to stay open for 30 years. That's a tremendous achievement.
Thank you. It's been ups and downs and learning from every single year, providing the best environment for the team, our guests, and even our vendors. We have to lean on each other to be able to be successful. And I feel that where we have been successful is understanding the seasonality of our area and what to do when it does slow down, and not just shut down because we can keep the summer money, but we make the summer money so that we can afford to give it back to our team over the winter.
Yep.
So we can afford our team, and we don't have to cut their hours as much as possible, so that we can get them a year-round job, and they can have a family out here, and they can build a life out here. But the only way to do that.
Yeah, I love that you kind of related that question back to not the patrons, but serving your staff and kind of, taking care of them.
Yeah, well, I can't serve the patrons without
Right.
the staff.
Right. Nobody without your team.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
And what's been your experience? I mean, you guys both have businesses on Main Street in
he's
the busiest
describing
year-round.
my concept, I'm just, a different, it's a coffee shop cafe, but the same ideology that I keep my staff year round. And now I have a really loyal team who works so hard for me, and everybody's been with me for a few years now. There used to be a little bit more turnover than I have now. Yeah, I mean, it would be easy to open up for, 3 or 4 months, take all the money and close the, we'd all be a lot more financially sound if we just did that and just paid the rent and shut all the equipment down and everything else. But, Sen and myself were part of the community. So, every night you're open, 7 nights a week.
Yep.
And you can always count on it that, you can get a meal there, which is
Say,
important.
But you don't always know that you can get a table.
No, that's a good
that's
problem to
difficult.
have.
You don't take reservations.
No.
Right, so it's walk-in only.
That's correct.
Right, so you've got your podium out front, and
Yep.
you've got your maitre d' host, and you've got your book, and you've got your floor plan for the night, and it's just first come, first serve.
Yes.
Now, between us, as a maitre d', I mean, do you guys hold tables for friends and family, or just surprises that, you have to accommodate on the spot? I mean, is there a backdoor policy?
To offer the accommodation is a difficult one when it comes to the seasonality of things and holding tables, because everyone will point it out. If there's a table open and they're waiting 2 hours for a table and they're like, why can't I sit there? Why can't I sit there?
Right.
So it's truly the art of seating people. Obviously, for my family, I would like to be able to just sneak in a table, but then that ultimately delays yet another guest. So I actually try not to even eat in my own places in the summertime so that
Right.
my guests can get a seat.
100%.
And obviously, I'd love to be able to support the other, community members and operators and things like that. I have almost, it's funny enough, I have a little bit more time in the summertime because I have a bigger team. I can afford a bigger team in the
Right.
summertime. So it seems like I have a little bit more time to be able to actually go out, maybe for one dinner here and there, whereas in the shoulder seasons and off season, I'm supporting more to cover my team that, if they go on vacation, then I'm covering them. If there's more days off, I got to cover them, somebody's sick, then I'm covering more. Whereas in the summertime, we have enough for all the coverage, and I shouldn't have to.
Right.
But, there's
I
always other
appreciate that
times.
you mentioned like the art form of seating a restaurant.
Yes,
kind of,
it's an art.
It is an art, right?
Yeah.
And it's definitely an important role.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shane
Yeah.
sometimes will sort of like trivialize or devalue what I do.
Well, because
for a living.
you'll hold tables for a reservation, and like it'll be empty when there's people waiting. Where
I don't
worked in the
accommodate
restaurants.
walk-ins when I have
like you started when I was 12 years old,
reservations,
and I started dishwashing and moved my whole way up, and I always worked in small restaurants, so we had to like maximize on that. So for me, to a fault, like if you had a reservation, that means you were going to wait. Buy your drink at the bar. I know you were coming and I had you. Whereas the walk-in would just walk away and go somewhere else. So for me, I would never have an empty table, and I would take that perfect little computer screen that you have, and it would just be a disaster.
Oh, see,
the place would be pumping, and we would do incredible numbers. And we piss a lot of people off, but they ultimately part of fun.
We do incredible numbers, and things run smoothly, and it's each night is like a performance, and it's a well-oiled machine, and we found that not only do we make more money, but people have a much better experience when you plan
another smoothie.
plot, and I hate when people who have reservations come and have to wait more than 15 minutes for their table. I'd rather, and I am still able to accommodate tons of walk-ins. I just sort of like bargain with them. Oh, you can sit at the bar. You can maybe sit and have a quick one-course meal, but I need the table back by this time. And there's a way to maximize without compromising the
100%.
experience for the people who come with an expectation to have a table.
Right.
So that's my whole philosophy. But I appreciate your philosophy too, Shane. I think that both ways are
it depends.
successful
Yours
and
is
effective.
yours is definitely on the higher end of the dining situation, where mine was more of it was just a French bistro where it was just a little bit more chaotic, and it wasn't like
Right.
check average was, I guess there's certain expectations when you're getting into a different level.
Yeah.
But not only Sen, but you have like a restaurant group, right?
An empire, I would say.
So Sen is my brother and I.
Right. So you guys are the sole owners of that.
Yes. And then together we also have a fantastic restaurant group, Tip Top Hospitality, that originated with Pasa.
Uh-huh.
And now has expanded. Last year, we opened 2 other locations. Kumiso, which is our ramen concept on Newtown Lane, 37 Newtown Lane. It's in the alleyway in between,
Been
or
there.
down from,
Love it.
the Alamode and Breezing Up. And then November, we had taken over the old Kisaki space that was the old bamboo space across from Red Horse Market. That is now Kizzy Teas. Kizzy Teas is our Asian gastropub. Really feels fun. Within the space, we've wrapped the inside decor with retro old Japanese posters. The food is Japanese, Asian inspired. So we have banh mi sandwiches. We've got curried wings. We have lamb lollipops. We've got...
So that concept was not, you decided to go in that direction rather than just traditional, like sushi, like a Sen kind of formula, to maybe broaden the spectrum there for...
It was what the space, like that bar
Right.
is huge.
Yeah.
So, what we could do within the space, we were trying to figure it out, and we didn't want to also cannibalize on our others as well. And it's a little tight. It's tight enough in the summertime. It's way too tight in the wintertime that we're sharing guests and patrons from East Hampton to Southampton to Sag Harbor to Bridgehampton. So if you have a similar concept within, one town over, you're cannibalizing your own.
Because I'm sure a
situation.
lot of your clients are coming from East Hampton to go to Sag Harbor to Sen and Bridgehampton and vice versa, and then you would that makes sense.
So in the off season, that is very helpful. So we didn't want to do that. So we didn't want to do ramen at the new spot because that's the newest spot within East Hampton itself. Thus, our newest concept that will be opening up this summer is Smoky Buns. Smoky Buns is a smash burger concept. Within the space, we also have ice cream candy shop.
Ooh.
So
So it's a burger joint with
burgers and milkshakes. Yeah.
burgers, milkshakes, and candy.
Yep.
Kind of.
Where will
and
that
ice
be?
cream. So that is in the old Verid Gallery space.
Okay,
that
on the
was
corner by
hot yoga.
Starbucks, right?
Yes, right across from Starbucks.
Sorry,
Okay.
which town?
East Hampton.
Oh, okay.
Yep. So we broke ground a couple weeks ago, and we are full throttle to get open by summer.
Will you have seating in there, or
Yeah,
will it be
there's-
takeout?
There's minimal seating. There's a beautiful outdoor area for grabbing your food and going outside. But it's a little bit of both, right?
So
you
that
can
is
grab
be
and go.
Cool vibe over there because you have Blue Parrot.
Yep.
Right, and that's like a fun,
Love, one of my favorite.
Mexican margaritas. It's
Yeah.
all outdoors, and then
Yeah.
you'll have yours right there, a catty corner to that.
Yep. And then we have Comiso, which is literally just another block over.
one alleyway over,
Yep.
right?
And then Tutto. So it's just between all of them. Like we have a little fun vibing area.
Right.
This summer is going to be super fun over there.
Wow, that's
If they finish that
fantastic.
construction in the parking lot.
Yes, so that was a little bit with us.
Is that part of
Now-
you too, putting cesspools in?
That is correct. So we
Okay.
converted to wet use in those spaces.
Right.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that for a moment. Just the challenges of opening up a business out here, and I wonder if you can share the story that you shared with me about the original concept for Comiso.
Oh, yes.
And because I just was blown away when I heard that and how you so quickly pivoted and changed the concept. Yeah.
So our strength, I would say, is as operators, business operators, we are problem solvers. Yes, we are here to make money, but I think more than making money is we're really good at getting thrown a problem and turning it around to make it efficient and hopefully make some money so we can pay our staff. So the original space at Comiso, 37 Newtown Lane, was 2 gallery spaces. And we were going to convert them to wet use, and we opened up the floors and put in the septic tanks and put in the grease traps. The thing was, our original concept, which we started to look into equipment, was going to be a rotisserie chicken concept. So we had actually found a beautiful French rotisserie machine. This thing is, shy of $100,000 machine, and it's gas run. So we spoke with National Grid, and they had informed us that there was gas run to the building, and that we needed to simply schedule a time for the meter install. And they needed 7 weeks to schedule an install. I was like, okay, 7 weeks. That means we'll be about there. We'll be ready with construction to install the meter, which is going to be amazing. So we are pretty much done with construction, or at least 70% there. National Grid comes over, they do a walkthrough, and they inform us that, there must be something wrong with our paperwork. You have a very old line that was decommissioned, and we need to run a new line from Main Street, from the road. I was like, excuse me? That's not what you said, and that's not what we planned, and that's not all the equipment, the hundreds of thousands of dollars of equipment that we purchased for gas. What are we supposed to do here? They're like, it's just, it's going to be a short 8 to 10 weeks before we can schedule the construction to happen. I'm like, 8 to 10 weeks is my season.
Right.
We were already in June. And this is the end of May, I feel. And I had said, I was like, we have to pivot. We can't lose out on the season. So when we did a a true 180 and sold as much as we could. We actually couldn't really sell much of the equipment at that point, but we repurchased all electric equipment, changed the concept, changed the menu. The only thing we couldn't change was the mural art that was hand-painted by Danny Lawless, our in-house artist, you could say.
Is that the guy who, like in
Pasa?
Yeah.
So he flew in from Canada, flew him out to do this beautiful mural, which has a whole bunch of chickens on it. And we're like, I guess we just got to keep the mural, but we converted to Japanese. And ramen, we're thinking, okay, what can we do that can provide that kind of approachable, delicious, fun environment? And it was, ramen. We do a couple of rows. We don't do sushi pieces. We do steam buns, fantastic little salads.
Wow.
But, we were able to convert everything over to electric. There's no gas. And we're here now with one of our, it's kicking butt. We opened in August. So it was 2 months turnaround to a whole new concept.
Wow.
And it was the fastest turnaround I think I've ever done.
Now, what happened to the rotisserie machine?
It is sitting in my partner's garage.
Perfect. $900,000 right in there. So you got a 911 in a rotisserie sitting in the garage.
Exactly.
You can't drive. So will there be a rotisserie in the future with having that piece of equipment?
Or? Yeah, we've been thinking about it.
And what does that look like? Is that you buy it like a whole chicken? Are you making sandwiches and everything out of the rotisserie?
Like a Boston, like an elevated Boston market kind of concept?
Kind of, yeah, exactly. So it'd be like a half a bird, full bird, quarter bird, and then
cornbread, coleslaw,
kind of like
Boston Market, which was one of my favorite freaking fast
that you
food.
Can't find out here at all.
Town Line has a little bit of that, right? You get
but
part of a
barbecue.
Chicken. That's barbecue, but the same idea of where you would have a plate
joint
and just banged it out.
But then we'd do that and either you can get it as a sandwich, you can get it as a taco, you can get it over a salad, or you can just get it on its own with some really good sides.
Wow.
But that was the original concept.
Now, I got a quick question on, you had mentioned Kizzy Teas. I have to, where does that name come from?
We have fun with our names. And so our original write-up was okay, so we have this geisha from Kyoto, came to America, and opened up her own pub. And what would that be? That would be this. This would be Kizzy's Tavern. And
that was her name?
Kizzy. Oh. Kizzy's Tavern. So it's Kizzy Teas.
Oh, and that geisha's name was?
Kizzy.
Kizzy.
Yeah.
And how long ago was this?
Well, this is within this century.
Wow.
Yeah.
I had no idea. Yeah. So what are you calling it? It's a Japanese gastropub.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
So izakaya is when you visit Japan, izakayas are everywhere. And they're Japanese gastropubs. They're a little bit of everything.
Momofuku has an izakaya.
Yep. And it's not just ramen. It's not just sushi. It's just a little bit of everything. And it's a bar environment. Lots of fun drinking, talking, chatting, enjoying yourself with nibbles of food. That's izakaya, which is a gastropub. So it's an elevated food experience.
That is amazing.
I prefer when you say, really?
Really? No.
He's learning a lot about himself. Now, so that sounds like one of the bigger challenges you've faced. Would you say the biggest challenge you faced as a restaurateur, the biggest obstacle? And then I want to hear from Shane.
I think it was one of the top fun ones, but I don't know. My success is an accumulation of some tremendous mistakes and failures, and every single one of them is a learning lesson that I've become stronger and smarter from. So I just don't know if I've.
That's a soundbite. Wow.
I just that was another day in the office to us. It's just like, oh, really? Something else didn't work. Okay, what are we going to do about it?
What about you? Besides the fire.
So what I've learned from that is, I used to get bent when the ice machine would break or this would break. I mean, it would ruin my day. I would blow a gasket. I would lose control of my emotions. I'd be cursing. I would be like visibly like agitated, like completely unhinged. And now, over the years, I do a lot of work on myself, but it's like now when the ice machine breaks, it's like, okay, call the ice guy first, and Hampton Ice, they come and they're really quickly to back me up, and then they'll come and fix the machine. And now I'm grateful that I have an ice machine to break. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So it's
reframed it. Yeah.
It's really on how you handle the situation and how you think about it. Somebody's unhappy with something, and you take it either way, and it's really on how you think about it and how you handle the situation, and you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, I want to add to that. I feel here in Sag Harbor we have such a tight-knit community of even operators, businesses that come together, not just the chamber, right? No, just without even the Chamber of Commerce, us together, we can call each other and be like, hey, my ice machine broke. Can I get, a couple £100? Yeah, can you help out? My delivery
lime juice. Yeah,
exactly.
I borrowed lime juice from you last week from Pasa.
It's borrowing the whole cup of salt or sugar. We're like, I need 100 pounds of
It's a
sugar.
neighborhood, right?
It's a neighborhood.
Yeah.
And we are all helping each other. And I love it. I feel that we do have one of the most beautiful communities. Sag Harbor is awesome. That's why everyone wants to be here.
Yeah.
Right? And I love it. I think everyone else does love it. And they don't even realize what happens behind the doors.
Yeah.
You have an open kitchen here. But behind the kitchen, it's like there's such great community.
Yeah.
And I think it's awesome.
And it's hard work.
Yeah. It is.
I don't know if anybody realizes it, but this is like, these businesses are labor intensive.
Right, we deserve the
it is
6-7 months of quiet that we get in the off season because we really hustle and work our asses off.
I like it busy
in the summer.
all the
I like
time.
it busy too.
I thrive on that.
Same.
But by the end of the day, people are like, let's go out, let's go to dinner. And if you catch me at 11, 12 o'clock, 11 in the morning, and I'm like, yeah, sounds great. What time? 7? And then 7 o'clock rolls around, and I'm like, I got to go home. And I'm sorry. And I don't go out because I'm shot. I got to do it all again. And I'm talking to
and we do double.
day.
I'm there at the restaurant sometimes from 10 o'clock in the morning
so
until
you know
midnight,
how it is.
14 hours.
We've got breakfast at Pasa.
Lisa, can you get Shane a cup of water? Because he's having a little bit of a coughing episode. Thank you. Before you go, because I know your time is precious, but let's talk about your birthday celebrations. Or was it just that one year when you did the pub crawl, the crawl around Sag Harbor? And
that was my my wedding.
Oh, that was your wedding.
That was my
Oh, that
wedding.
makes more sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
But the pub crawls. Funny enough, we used to do the.
Do you know
the
Lisa?
Town, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes, for many years.
Many
years.
I've been a follower.
She's in the biz now too.
Yeah, I love it. I did realize, and I was like, wow, all right.
She's in.
See you later. Yeah. So I'm
What
sorry.
did you have? You had a wedding?
I had a wedding that we did a pub crawl for our families and guests and everybody
In Sag Harbor?
In Sag Harbor, and we made the shirts, to do the checkoffs of everywhere we went.
Okay.
And it was awesome, right?
I remember seeing you guys around town that day.
Yeah, it was fun. I love a good pub crawl, hanging out with a bunch of people. In my younger years, we organized many of pub crawls here in Sag Harbor. And it got a little out of hand to the point where I remember the chief of police coming to our home pre-season and informing us that we will never, ever do another pub crawl in this town again. I was like, all right, yes, chief. Now, again, I did one for my wedding, but that I don't think, he was talking about like an event like that. But, it got a little too big. We were a couple hundred people.
You flew too close to the sun.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And now, how long ago were you married?
That was 2 years ago.
All right. And you have a child.
I have an amazing 3.5-year-old Kenzo Kaimana Matsuoka. He is my everything. I literally
handsome little bugger, right?
Handsome, my gosh.
He's
Wow.
big.
Oh my
Yeah.
God. He's 3.5?
3.5.
Wow.
Going on 17.
I can't believe that.
So yeah, he's speaking Japanese, Spanish, and English.
Wow.
Did you grow up in Japan, or you?
I did. I was born in Manhattan, and we moved to Tokyo when I was 2. And I moved to Hawaii at 12. So I had a good 10 years, a very influential 10 years
Right.
at that point. And even moving to Hawaii, I just ended up hanging out with more Japanese friends.
Uh-huh.
And thus, I kept up my Japanese. I'm still fluent now. And I speak to my son only in Japanese. We have a Japanese au pair, so he gets it from 2 people in the house. And his mother speaks Spanish to him as a Costa Rican. And my mother-in-law also is helping out, so he gets half Spanish, half Japanese, and then he gets English at school.
Wow, that is
Yeah.
incredible.
It's
That is
great. He's obviously a little behind on English because that's not
That's all right.
Because he'll get it. We're in America.
Yes, that's even better.
Yeah.
So my son, we had a babysitter, Vanessa. She was Brazilian, and she didn't speak much English. So when my son was little, he understood Portuguese perfectly.
That's awesome.
And then she basically used him to learn English. And he's, now he's 16 and a half, and he just passed his driver's test. And I wish she was still around because that sort of did fade away. But when I was in Portugal, we were lost. We were on a surf trip with my buddy Chris and I, and Ryder at the time. He was 4 years old. And we were lost. We didn't know where to go. And we pulled up to a Portuguese man, and he
Was
I think
able
we were-
to speak with him?
Yeah, we rolled down the back window.
And Ryder
we were
was able to
Ryder was like,
communicate?
onde fica un supermercado? Like, where's the supermarket? I think we were looking for a supermarket. And then, it was incredible. And he took his pacifier out and he asked this guy a question in Portuguese and put it back in. We were like, what? Whoa. But I wish he still had that. But so, yeah, the English
Duolingo.
will-
If he's got even the
Yeah.
basic, understanding, Duolingo. I do it every day now
Yeah.
for Italian. Yeah.
It's great. It's
Yeah.
great.
You know what else was great? This conversation.
Yeah. Now, real quick, don't you also run the Sag Harbor movie theater, right?
The
Or how does that
green
look?
room. The green room is
Green
under
room.
my management.
Let's be honest.
And I also
Deb,
help-
Deb really runs the show
Deb
over
is.
there.
I am just lucky enough to say that
Oh, so
everything
you're
is
just
in my
part-
name.
It's Deb's town. We just live in it.
Yeah, exactly.
So you don't operate the cinema in any way, just the bar up top.
No, I'm on the advisory board. I
Ah.
help out with the events, but the green room is under my management company. And then so Deborah is my one and true leader there, running the show the day to day. And thankfully, I have her, as my partner in crime, and it's amazing.
Truly
how
one of
does-
my favorite places to go. Because
How does that
it's
look?
just
Do you
like
have to go to a movie to go to the top,
No,
or
you can
no?
go
You
in
could just go at any time.
Anytime.
you
And we
used to
do-
have to be a member
Yeah.
or be going to a movie. Now they wisened up and it's
Anyone can
open
go
to
in
anybody.
anytime.
It really has a nice
Great
crowd.
sunsets, affordable beverages, fun environment,
And a great
Any
bar.
food?
little snacks,
Popcorn.
Yeah.
Just-
There's always popcorn.
Yeah, Deb
So
likes
you
you. She'll
get
give you
cinema
extra
pop,
popcorn.
like real movie theater popcorn, and bring it to the bar?
Yeah.
Wow. What,
Just
you go
that
to the
alone.
snack bar and then go upstairs, or do you, have it up
No,
top?
we already have stuff up there. Yeah.
Doing it again? Oh, that's really great. Fantastic. And now so Sag Harbor Cinema only used to play like certain style films,
Artistic film,
But
yeah.
now I see mainstream
Yes. Yeah.
like movies now.
Yeah. I mean, this season, the summer bang is going to be the Mad Max remake.
Yeah.
That's going to be awesome.
They do both. It's art house. They have
Yeah.
like
Yep.
independent, like
But it
old
really
film,
is
lesser-known films, but
amazing
they
to have this in our community. And, there was a lot of concerns once it burnt down. My store burnt down during that cinema fire, but it really has turned out to be a really amazing. I mean, people come from all over to go to this cinema, and it's really a great asset to have.
Yeah. It's a nonprofit. It's an education center. We're starting up our education portion. There's a big fundraiser that we are going to be doing June 30th. It's called the Casino Night, our second annual casino night. There's going to be casino games like blackjack and craps, and there's going to be a poker tournament. First place will be $5,000 cash.
Whoa.
Second place is $2,500, and third place is going to be
Gift certificate to Sen.
Yeah, I think it is going to be a gift certificate to Sen.
And now, how do you get into that tournament? Is it you have to pay?
It's going to be an RSVP. Yeah, there's a $500 buy-in. Yep, and
Do you play
rebuys.
cards? I do.
I mean, I do at the firehouse sometimes.
I would
I like
definitely
it. Yeah,
be into.
it's kind of
fun,
cool.
it's a
Texas
fun
Hold'em?
time. Yeah, it's Texas Hold'em.
Okay, all right.
And there's rebuys for the first 2 hours.
I'm a great golfer.
And either way, win or lose, you're supporting the
cinema, yeah.
cinema, and the $500 goes towards a nonprofit.
100%,
And
yeah.
it's like, so, a lot of times you can go to these benefits out here in the Hamptons, spend $1,200 to walk around the
know.
lawn.
And
This
you know-
you're actually kind of engaging in
Yeah,
that.
super
having
cool.
fun,
Hookers, some
food.
blow, and sorry, what?
Well, there's going to be
It's a family show, Sam.
there's drinks and food, right? We're providing really fun food for the event, so it's a whole great evening.
Fantastic.
Now I want
Everyone
to
to
end
join
with
us.
a tradition that we just started about an hour ago, which
Oh, boy.
was instantly shut down by the host and the other guests. But I think there's a way to maybe do this. Maybe we bleep out the names, or we don't do it about Sag Harbor restaurants. But it was essentially a round of F, marry, kill. Fuck, marry, kill.
Oh, my gosh.
But with restaurants, so we won't. We'll
So
bleep out
the reason why they named 3 restaurants, and then the last one was to kill, and I said, whoa, I'm not interested in hurting anybody's hard work, and I think everybody it's hard
Right?
enough here.
No, nobody is. But that's just that's the game. That's the
Right. So
the
this is
concept.
Sam. I just want to let you know
You don't
I am
have to
not
answer if you
involved
don't
in
want.
this.
Or we do maybe we do a plead the fifth game where you ask 3 questions, you could plead the fifth to only one. I mean, I'm stealing Andy Cohen's concept, but if we were to do it about other restaurants outside of Sag Harbor, so we could say Bobby Van's, East Hampton Grill,
Yeah, okay.
and Durier's. And you got to F one, marry one, and kill one.
Durier's, Bobby Van's, and where?
East Hampton Grill.
East Hampton Grill. Oh, definitely. I want to get in bed with Durier's. It's just sexy.
Yeah, right?
Definitely
Exactly.
sexy.
Okay, here we go. It's
Yeah,
working.
yeah.
All right.
You have to marry East Hampton Grill. That's marriage material
Tradition.
right there. Yeah, tradition. That's a good settle down with. And unfortunately, the last one. Well,
I would disagree,
That's
though.
an unfortunate.
But I would disagree because I would.
God, I mean, these poor guys who are
I would marry. I would marry Bobby Van's over, and I would kill the grill.
Yeah,
because I think the
grill's
still
more
a family-
corporate kind of. No,
Bobby Van's is like old school traditional.
family-run restaurant group.
No, I would
are they really?
Yeah.
And listen,
I would
those
shag
guys.
Durier's, I would marry
do-
Bobby Van's, and I would kill the grill.
But the grill, I
kill
mean,
the grill.
they do such a phenomenal
They
job.
do.
There.
I love
It's
it,
one
but
of my
you have
favorite
to.
places.
You gotta.
It's not
yeah.
that I don't want to kill Bobby.
Of course,
Van.
nobody
It's
wants to
just
kill any of it.
it's
It's
just
it was the
third-
setup for this
it's
show.
exactly-
It's a setup, man.
Exactly.
Somebody's got to go down.
Totally set up.
Your turn, Shane.
What? No, I'm pleading the fifth on
Okay,
this.
fine. All right.
I can't hurt anybody's hard work.
Oh
man.
my
This is
God.
hard
Here,
enough to
now
make a
suddenly
buck.
I don't need to hurt
he's
anybody's
this-
feelings.
No, it's fine.
But fantastic, Jesse.
Thank you,
so
Jesse.
much. I
This
really
was great.
appreciate
Thank
it,
you.
and good luck with
Gave us
everything.
20 more
And
minutes than
Thank you.
he was
I am
contractually
going
agreed to.
I haven't been to the ramen spot, and I
Oh.
live in East Hampton. So,
Please,
It's
come
great.
by.
You
Is
can
it
sit
open?
7 days a week,
Bar
lunch
top.
and dinner.
lunch and dinner.
Yeah.
What time do you close?
We close right now 9 o'clock.
Oh,
on,
perfect.
Weekdays, 10 on the weekends.
Fantastic. I look forward to it, and best of luck on the new places.
Yes.
It's going to be fun. East
is.
Hampton needs it. It's going to be
Yeah.
like a rebirth over there.
It is.
So that's fantastic.
Cool.
Thanks very much.
Thanks,
you.
Jesse.